Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd. Today we're talking about Joy to the World, the Doctor Who Christmas special for this year. Now, from the face of it, we don't see as much Christmas imagery in this as we've seen in other ones, especially some of the Capaldi Christmas specials, in which in one there even had Santa Claus. In this, though, they go with something a bit more subtle, and it takes a moment to figure out just what they're doing. I think that I was a little disappointed that I figured out what the end of this was going to be before the last scene. However, it's still enjoyable to see him. Ncuti Gatwa is someone who you just want to watch when he's on, and Nicola Coughlan is the same thing. If she's on the screen, you want to see what she is doing. And surprisingly, they don't use her as much in here as I would have expected. She's at the beginning and at the end, and in the middle is a whole different story. And that story talks about the Doctor himself. It's something that's been talked about before. It's something that's been said to him before. But we've never seen him live how lonely he is. While he has a smile on his face and clever ways of getting things done, he is a most isolated and lonely person and has been for century upon century. And every time that he has lost a companion, he's been advised by someone, don't ever travel alone. And I think that is what we have here. In times when he's alone, we see this loneliness very much in sharp relief. And this episode talks about Joy being the person who's lonely, but she's not half as far out as the Doctor is in the same manner. Now, there are some clever things with the setting at the beginning and the end of this episode, where you have a special hotel. However, in the middle, it is very much a normal, earthbound, rundown hotel where somebody might find themselves on Christmas, and there is no joy in it. There is no hope in it. And while the Doctor makes the best he can with it, it isn't until he realizes that there are no chairs on the TARDIS of what his problem is. That sometimes you just need to invite someone to sit down with you and share your life with them. And he was able to do this with someone else, and to tell his stories, no matter how far-fetched they sounded perhaps to their listener. But at the same time, he found that there was something that was missing in his life that he's been ignoring for all of this time. So on that level, the show works. And it was watchable. I think it was better than the last Jodie Whittaker one where they're in the warehouse trying to stay away from Daleks and not get killed in time loops and things like this. And they did make some interesting use of the time travel motif in which very little of the show happened in chronological order. Even the Doctor himself was dealing with time scattered between one event and another, one event that looked like that it preceded the others but actually followed. And for a year in this story, he has to live a linear life and found that he was missing something in not knowing what day it is from one time to the next, of not knowing whether he is before or after or during. And in this case, he spends an entire year understanding what it's like to live as a human, to live as someone who is a part of the time stream rather than traveling across it. So on that level, it was okay. I think it probably was not epic enough, and it was almost a little trite at the end of how it resolved itself. And on that level, I don't give it a whole lot of credit. But if you look at it from the point of view of what does this tell us about the Doctor and his character, I think we've learned more about it without giving away any of his mysterious nature, honestly. And that's worth something. Perhaps it's something to think about during a holiday season like this, where we're supposed to think about others. We're supposed to not be alone, but to understand that there is a community around us that is willing to help if only we open up to them. So, I thank you for watching this. Please remember to subscribe if you have not already, and we will be, of course, covering this series as it goes into a new season in 2025. And we, of course, have some other things that we do on this channel, and we hope that you will tune in for that. So we have a number of things that you can look at here and see what we do here. So thank you so much for watching, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And until we speak in the next year, don't go far.